Hey everyone, it is late at night and I'm Norman, so this makes me a bad person, but I kind of like drama from a distance. I never really want to be a part of drama, but if it's happening, I'm gonna watch it. I remember when there were two particular watch nerd YouTubers who had beef with one another, and I had to watch all the videos. And a few years ago, there was a watch nerd who was a bad actor, like potentially criminally so. I didn't put out any videos myself on the topic, didn't jump on the bandwagon or anything, but I watched all the videos. And if I'm on YouTube and somebody is talking about the worst movie they've seen in years, I'll watch that one too. So the other day I stumbled upon an old Ben's Watch Club video on the worst brand he'd ever worked with. Something like that. I think that was the title. And it turns out he had to do a second part to that video. So I had to watch that one. And I went down a whole bunny trail of his old videos discussing terrible brands. Tonight we're going to talk about some of those videos, some of those brands, because they're still out there. Hopefully they've changed their ways, but if they haven't, it's probably good to know about it. So let's dive in. So the video that inspired this one and got me going down a whole black hole of drama was a video on the brand Filippo Loreti. And by the way, all of these videos are linked in the show notes below, as well as links to the brand's pages, so you can see that they actually do exist still. So he had purchased one of their watches and paid to have expedited shipping on it.
I chose the flagship model that you see most frequently in their advertising. I even paid $19 extra for faster shipping so I could get the review out quickly.
He paid for that. And at the time of the video's recording, it still hadn't arrived. And I believe, if I remember correctly, it had already been weeks.
Several weeks go by, and the watch still hadn't turned up.
And that's why he had to do a follow-up video, because he didn't even have the watch yet. It ended up taking a long time to arrive, which is crazy considering he paid for expedited shipping. When it did arrive, it was AliExpress quality.
That being said, up close, it looks like a £40 to £50 watch that you could just pick up from AliExpress.
And at this time, this brand was sending out watches for people to review. However, they were really strict on what people can and can't say about their products.
In fact, it's so backwards that, did you know affiliates of this brand aren't allowed to give any sort of honest feedback about the watch? Or should I say, negative feedback in any way. In fact, it's written into their publicly available terms and conditions.
And they were paying people lots of money.
What if I told you that Filippo Loreti's affiliate program pays out not double, not triple, but in some cases over 6 times the commission of Amazon US for wristwatches?
Now, they were paying people lots of money, but they were really attempting to restrict what kinds of reviews came out of those videos. And when I was prepping for this video, I noticed an interesting ghost seconds hand. Look at that. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So of course, after watching that video, YouTube suggested another one of his old videos. This time it was on the brand Valuchi. And apparently their site was full of stock images.
Scrolling down, there are a few attractive renderings of the watches, along with a segment where they flex their various media appearances.
And their watches looked strangely familiar.
I mean, the name itself is generic, they've copied another kid's homework with their ads, and their watches look just like an AP Royal Oak clone with the dial transplanted from a Filippo Loreti.
They were a lot like the Filippo Loreti. They had false reviews. They even took photos from other watch brands showing their watches being assembled.
The lower left image has been borrowed from Swiss Info, which is part of the Swiss Broadcasting Corporation. The image just being cropped slightly. Perhaps these watches are Swiss after all. The upper right photo was instead taken from Frederic Constant, who knows how to say it, where the dial has been substituted for a Valuchi one.
And with this brand, he purchased a strap and it never showed up. So that's like twice that he's paid brands and gotten nothing in return. And I continued to go deeper down the drama rabbit hole and stumbled upon a fun video of a non-watch guy reacting to Rolex super clones. So I thought it'd be interesting to see what a non-watch person thinks about how closely you have to scrutinize these watches to determine whether they're fake or not. I mean, you have to use a loupe to see the differences. And when you're doing videos like this, pointing out how you can identify a fake Rolex, aren't you showing the fake manufacturers what they need to fix? Oops. And one hilarious comment that he made during this video was, "Whoa, we've got a guy, this is his first day on the internet," in the chat. His reactions were pretty entertaining when he was pointing out, this is so nitpicky, or what are we even doing? And then I came across another Ben's Watch Club video about Africa's first luxury watch brand. And since it was a first, he was keen to really like the brand, but wasn't able to do so because some of their watches are actually AliExpress watches. They were being made by an Alibaba wholesaler.
The reason this design is everywhere is that it's readily available from an Alibaba wholesaler who allows for custom logo printing and whose minimum customized order quantity of 100 units lines up perfectly with your 100 pieces limited edition run.
And therefore they are all over the internet under different brands' names. And the site contained lies about touring watch factories and designing the watches. And actually, Valuchi may be selling watches produced by the same wholesaler, which is just crazy. And speaking of crazy, I recently did a video where I was looking at some insanely expensive watch winders, and I mentioned that I would do a follow-up video because I noticed some odd things, and this kind of ties in with this video, because when you're paying $30-some thousand for a watch winder on Amazon, are you going to buy one from a brand called QSYJCCXDL? I was seeing so many weird things going on with the brand names. Like I encountered LLSS, or this one's a good one, SFJHDFHUIEDFVDNDFED. That was the brand name. Or IIPOSAQQ, or GHJKLZNMRU. And there was weird ones when I looked up super expensive watch stands also. HGIURUIUIGREGHT. Or the brand generic SLFFLS. I mean, what is going on? Are people inadvertently putting reference numbers or something as their brand name? Are all of these super hyper expensive watch accessories just a hoax? Is this even legal? What is happening? Or as the non-watch nerd guy said, what are we even doing? So there you have it, a little bit of drama tonight. Thanks for watching.